Hi guys, it's your boy Musmos right here. So yeah, this is basically my first day of proper training, since my last competition in China. And I must say the past 2 weeks obviously have been difficult, simply because of I had a long season, in terms of preparation. What I mean by that is that I started my prep I think around March, whenever I did the Dubai Pro. And then from there onwards, I went on to do South Korea. From South Korea, I went on to do Germany. Germany, I went on to do China. So, yeah, I would say um, for my pro league level, this has been like 1 year where I've did about 4 shows. Obviously, it's not something one can say it's not really attainable, but yeah, as a bodybuilder in an ideal world, for me personally, I would love to do as much shows as possible, because I remember when I was still an amateur, the most I've done in 1 year was 13 shows. That's quite a lot, when you think about it, especially for a young individual. So I've once done 13 shows. I remember this was 2011. Out of that 13 shows, I had 11 first places, So it was quite an exciting year because, yeah, I was truly, truly blessed and honored to achieve that, to have 11 first places in different competitions and federations as a junior. It was something else. So remember in that particular year, the 2 shows that I didn't place well was the IFBB SA Champs in Cape Town. I came 4th. It was my first time actually doing South African Championships for the IFBB South Africa, right? And then I went on to win WBBF under 21 juniors as a SA champ. And then obviously the rest of the other first places were from different, let's say, some were unaffiliated shows and some were affiliated shows, such as your provincials. Remember that year I also won H&H. I won, what else? Provincials for WBF, both for IFBB, SA, and I don't remember the show that I didn't do well, or the other show that I didn't place, but yeah. Okay, so 13 shows, 11 first places, that's the picture. So yeah, I was a junior, I was quite hungry, and I was always like one of those individuals that actually at that particular time I was coaching myself, and people tend to basically wonder what is it that you do whenever you coach yourself. I would say the deepest secrets whenever it comes to coaching yourself is basically empowering yourself by studying a lot, understanding nutrition, training, recovery. Back then I was looking up to obviously the leaders in sports nutrition like Lane Norton. I was studying a lot when it comes to what is it that he was doing at that particular time, because of Lane was working with a lot of athletes, helping them based on their somatotype. So they had these different types of articles that were produced on bodybuilding.com that I was constantly following and studying, So that's what helped me in that particular year to basically understand. I met my coach, Federico Foccherini, in 2013 towards the end of the year. I think it was after IFBB SA Champs in PE. Yeah, that's a story for another day. However, so I've been working with Federico from 2013 around October till currently, so you can understand that, yeah, we've had one beautiful ride together, and I'm quite grateful to the old man for the knowledge that he constantly shares with me. And yeah, like back to what's happening today. Today it's my first day back in the gym. I'm quite excited because I'm doing legs, you know, leg day. I always prefer to start the week with legs because it's like it sets the tone for the week, man. So I'm just gonna hop onto the gym. I don't really have a set program right now. However, what I do is I just try as much as possible to start off with my weak muscle groups and then move on there. So what I mean by that, it will be 3 exercises for calves, just the basics, standing calf raise, seated calf raise, and then just the leg press calf raise, for example. And then in terms of sets and reps, I try cover all aspects in the sense that I'll have one exercise where I load the stack basically, and then it will be like a 10 to 12 rep type of thing for 4 sets. However, the most important thing is to focus on the eccentric full stretch. So that will be on the standing calf raise, go up, hold the tension and come back down. So I'll do that, as I've said, 10 to 12 repetitions for 4 sets. And then once I've done with that, I'll move on to seated calf raises. At seated calf raises, basically, because of the nature of it, right? I'm gonna try and do like a mini drop set. So that will be like 24 reps in total, divided into 3. So I'll just do 8, 16, 24, so 8, 8, 8, and then I'll just drop the weight in that sense, and then I'll just do 3 sets of 24 reps there. And then I'll move on to leg press calf raise. However, with the leg press calf raise, why I do that, it's simply because of like most of the gyms currently don't have the standard donkey calf or the old school donkey calf machine. So that's why I would go for that horizontal one, just to mimic. Obviously the position is different in terms of now the gravity is not coming at the angle that you would love it to come through. However, there I'll just be focusing also on just the full stretch or within the eccentric phase, and then coming at the top and holding the contraction at the top. So that one, I'll place it the same concept, 10 to 12, and then I will finish off with that. And then once I'm done, I'll head on to the stretch zone, just do a bit of hip mobility, just to loosen up a bit. Then after doing a bit of hip mobility, that takes me about roughly 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how slow I'm moving and how much rest I give myself between the exercises. Okay, after hip mobility, then I'll come through to just do what do you call this, lying leg curl, hemis first, because that's another weak point of mine. Hemis, lying leg curl. After lying leg curl, we'll go seated leg curl. After seated leg curl, then I'll go lunges, just to get like so 2 isolated movement. Obviously, with the lying leg curl, I try as much as possible to, let's say, keep my toes pointing towards the inside, to work mostly on the inner part of the hamstring. And then with the seated leg curl, I'll be pointing my toes outside to work the outer head of the hamstring, because I remember the hamstring has 3 heads, so I try as much as possible to obviously focus on each aspect. And then after lunges, so lunges obviously are a compound movement. I'll be targeting my glutes, my hemis, obviously a bit, as well as my quads. And then after the lunges, then I'll come back. I'll do, depending on how I feel, then I'll do either squats or hack squats, just one compound in that, and then either or. And then I'll go on to a normal 45-degree leg press. And then after the leg press, I'll do stiff leg deadlifts. And then after stiff leg deadlifts, then I will finish off with some leg extensions. Okay, I'm not a big fan really of leg extensions. I only do them a lot whenever I'm prepping. However, off season I just prefer to do mostly compound movements. Once I've gained the momentum, strictly I'll just do, for example, back squat and a hack squat together in one session plus a leg press, and then I won't do any leg extension. I've always been a big believer of just compound movements because I feel like you just get a lot out of them. Leg extensions, I don't love to basically isolate the quad that much because if I'm already quad dominant, and I feel like it puts so much strain on the knees. But it's just different opinions and different bodies, different biomechanics. So it depends on what is it that the athlete prefers or how the athlete is built. For me, with my own structure, that's how I go about it. So yeah, that will be my session for today. Other than that, guys, I would love to say thank you so much, for the love and support that you constantly show on me on social media and also live. It's always nice whenever you feel that people are being inspired by your journey, because for me, literally, bodybuilding is a medium in which I use, to inspire other people to do whatever that they are passionate about, because at the end of the day, man, we are just here. I used to love the fact that my exercise physiology lecturer used to say the moment you are born, it's the moment you are dying, because constantly, each and every day, you are breaking down the tissue and making new tissue, so they say the person that you were today, you're not the same person tomorrow, so let's go out there and do what we love and be source of inspiration for other people, man, because life has so many challenges. We can only be grateful that we get to do what we love, man. For me, I would say whenever I'm in the gym, that's where I feel most alive. Whenever I'm on stage, that's where I feel most alive. As well as whenever I'm on the football pitch, I feel most alive, man. There's nothing that really matters in this world than just doing you. Stay in your own lane, focus on yourself, and just allow yourself to live in the moment. Don't allow yourself to be influenced by what other people are doing. Each and every dog has his day, man. So yes, we might not understand why certain things are not occurring as we would have loved them, but in the end, whenever you connect the dots backwards, you tend to appreciate the journey much more further. I think if there's one thing I would highlight this particular past week and this week that's been ringing at the back of my mind is that, one of the great gentlemen that I look up to, so that's Martin Mulalo Mudau. He said to me, it's always important to remember not to rush things, because as people, we tend to overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what we can do in 5 years, and it made me to basically appreciate each and every moment and understand that everything I do, man, it's, I should try as much as possible to be present in the moment, enjoy the journey, enjoy each and every moment, be, just be. That's the most important thing. At the end of the day, we are just human beings and passing by. So thank you so much, guys, for the love and support. I'll see you just now in the gym.